Well, I'm definitely not a professional chef by any means, but I love to cook. I've always loved to cook. You know, my mom worked 3 jobs when I was a kid, so I was home a lot at night. So I kind of learned how to cook some things on my own. And then growing up, she actually she hosted a lot of dinner parties, and I got to see firsthand some really, really fancy, really good cooking. And then I started doing the diet, and I realized, like, I've done South Beach diet. I've done, you know, other diets before where they give you kind of these long, crazy meal plans, and it's really overwhelming. And so when I did the Core 22 diet, you know, they just give you a list of food. And so I had the creativity to kind of make my own things. And I started posting pictures on Instagram of all my food, and all my friends and people following me were like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, it's Core 22, it's a diet. They're like, that's a diet? There's no way that's a diet. So then it kind of just motivated me to kind of really play with it and see how many different things I could come up with. And I think it turned out pretty good. The cooking is actually fun for me. A lot of people get overwhelmed with food and cooking. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't cook, I'm not a good cook. I don't really agree that, I don't think that anyone is necessarily a bad cook. I think there's people who enjoy cooking and there's people who don't enjoy cooking. And generally, in my experience, when you don't enjoy something, it's because you don't know how to do it. So, you know, when you figure it out and you see it's really not that hard, and, you know, doing stuff like this and you realize vegetables actually taste good, you know, and then you start to play with it, eating healthy doesn't become something that's quite so much of a chore. It's natural, and you actually want to eat those things.